Good morning and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over a nice little update for you all today, and this is the WorthIt. Yep, WorthIt has now been released for Dragonflight, going over all of the different types of gold farms that you can do within the game. You have mining, herbalism, skinning, some fishing. You even have the multi-farms module completed. Thank you everyone who jumped onto the Discord to help out gather up all of the information and data in order to place into WorthIt, as we now have the gold farms along with their corresponding routes. This now gives us a benchmark and a baseline for how much you can get per hour for your farming sessions. However, there is a few things that you need to know when it comes towards this update, as there are quite a lot of new features that are actually coming along with this. So let's be honest, let's go over this. So with all of these different types of materials, obviously some of these have different ranks or qualities. These have been benchmarked to the lowest quality. So what you see on screen in your WorthIt dashboard is the lowest value of that particular item or quality. This gives you a baseline on what you're able to get a hold of, and thus if you are a low gathering character and you haven't done an awful lot of farming, this is your baseline. If you're someone who is pretty geared up and ready to do more farming and can gather more materials, then this is a nice baseline to go, oh, this is the literal minimum I can get per hour, and anything else is all set to my bonuses and all of that stuff. So that's hence why we put in the baselines, so it's just easier for everyone all around. So even if you're a novice or an expert, you still have a benchmark to go off of, hence why WorthIt is here overall. A few more things of WorthIt actually to talk about when it comes towards the actual game, well, the actual add-on itself, is the new addition to a couple new features. This is My Flips module. Now, My Flips is going to show up as empty for yourself, but if we go down towards tools, we can actually see the flip editor. Now, a brief overview for this is you can actually create your own flips. So much like it within WorthIt, we have the flipping module where we can go into like prospecting and we can see what is the cost of it, what's the value, and it works out the profit for you. You can now create your own. This means that if you did a gold farm, let's say in Silithus for the thorium ore and arcane crystals, you could actually do that farm, and then you could take what you actually got, put it into the input of what you actually have, which means grab the item, drag it and drop it in, and then go to your output after you've done said material flip. You can then do that, and then all you got to do is save that and it will show you within My Flips, and you can do it like that. Another few things within the flipping editor and My Flips is currently in My Farms. My Farms, obviously you can see that this is a little bit thingy, and if you've done a lot of farming with the recorder to find out more farms for yourself, then we now have the ability to categorize these. You can actually go into here and go to your farms, and then you can categorize it to whatever you like. So I can take this Awakened Air gold farm and I can immediately go category and then go all the way down to miscellaneous and add it in. It is now categorized with that actual farm, and that means that I can then go to my miscellaneous again and then just type in Awakened Air, and I can actually find the farm that I've actually got and then benchmark it against the other one that I have actually done, and that means it will now show on your other tabs as well as My Farms, so you can have a full overview of what is your miscellaneous. You can categorize your farms and all of that jazz. Now, the other thing of note that's actually changed with WorthIt is the configuration file. If you go into modules, you can now show and hide your hidden flips and hidden farms. All you will have to do is go into here and then go to your farms and flips. This means that you have an option now to hide predefined farms. They can be restored from the configuration panel. So we can go into here and we can actually remove this gold farm turtle scales from the actual dashboard for me, and then I can immediately go into here and jump into my modules, and I can actually restore this back into WorthIt. So if I wanted to just get rid of all the nonsense farms that you don't want, or you Basically, it's just another level of customization when it comes towards how you wish to see your data within WorthIt. So you can actually have a more customizable area, and you can categorize your own farms now by putting them in here and removing any ones, even if it's the preset ones, you can do that yourself. Alongside all of that, and to finish off this update for Dragonflight, is if you go down to flipping, we now have a tailoring part within flipping. This is for your ebon weave, primal mooncloth, bolts. This was suggested by Lucia, and Callan implemented it. He's actually done a hell of a lot of work for this update, especially with the flip editor. I've been bugging him for ages about this one, so I'm very happy to see it. Well done, Callan, you've done an amazing job as per usual. Alongside all of that, you can now see what is profitable on your server, and much like before, you can remove anything within WorthIt and customize it to the way you want and how you wish for it to be displayed. Other than that, guys, this is part of the 60 days of gold farming, where I go over gold farms, gold tips, WorthIt updates, and all that stuff to celebrate the release of my game Void, which is now on Steam. Check it out if you haven't already, and please let me know what you think if you do decide to get it. Other than that, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.